Brian back here with a Gala update. Boy, oh boy, it's about time. This thing is on the verge of actually blasting out of here, okay? I know it wasn't real popular when I called for this ABC correction in here. Kind of been waiting that out. And then this thing went sideways a little bit and had that final drop down. Looks like Gala is ready to, if it breaks out of this resistance right here, this thing is really going to explode. All right, so we're going to look at some RSIs here in a second, see what they're indicating, and see if they're showing some upward momentum or not. All right, the crypto market out there. This is for the week. Look at these gains out there. Pretty exciting. Even with Bitcoin dominance going as high as it is, Bitcoin dominance is just crushing it right now. If you go over to the charts here and look at I'm just going to show you real quick because it's pretty important. It plays into everything. All right, Bitcoin dominance. It broke through at 52%. Okay, the Fibonacci, if you guys are not familiar with it, very, very important tool for trading. All right, if you're interested, I have a level 3 membership where you can get all the trading videos, learn how to do this stuff yourself, and for $14.99, over 7 hours of videos. So if you would check it out, every single member definitely helps the channel, so I appreciate you guys more than you know. All right, let's take a look at this Bitcoin dominance. When we put a fib on here, all right, if you get through that last level, this 786, that's when things really take off. It had a target up here, 54%. Look how it came up and hit that. All right, so the weekly RSI on Bitcoin dominance, look, it's still heading up here. So expecting this thing to possibly push up higher. The next target up there is at 57, which lines up with perfect resistance over here. Let's open this up a bit. You can see it right here. This was support back there. Now it's going to be resistance. Look how this target lined up perfectly with that line. All right, so Bitcoin dominance, it's amazing that this is going up and the rest of the coins are doing this. It really is, because usually when Bitcoin dominance goes up, the altcoins get crushed. All right, Bitcoin itself, it's made it through that 786 on the fib. That target up at 36,300. That is going to be, if it breaks through that, things are going to really get exciting. Keep your eye on that level, 36,300. We have the weekly RSI still heading up for Bitcoin, so still looking strong. Having a small pullback today, 366 bucks, but the RSIs, all right, the 12-hour is coming down about halfway corrected. The 8-hour is almost reset. And then your 4-hour is reset for Bitcoin. All right, so this thing's looking like it's getting ready to make another push up here. So that's good. That's good for the whole market. Now, as far as Gala goes, boy, oh boy, this line right here, all right, that is a major area for this thing. Let's see here. All right, we obviously had some volume coming in, and we had some sell volume once this peaked out up there. I just want to look at something once, a trend-based fib, and see if this thing gave any kind of target up there. Isn't that amazing? That's unbelievable. A trend-based fib, which is in the trading lessons, but you take it and put it on your wave 1, and it gives you a projected target for the move. That's amazing. It almost nailed it right on the head. Now, is this move done? I don't believe so. I think we could have possibly, we have the 4-hour coming down here, just about reset, okay? We had higher highs on the RSI, so there's no bearish divergence there. The 8-hour is still coming down. Looks like it wants to push back up here. We got the 12-hour right at the top, okay? It's at 86. It went up to an 84. Got the daily up at 100 and 100, and the weekly's just starting up, and the monthly is just reset. That's incredible. Yeah, this thing could end up being a bigger move. Now, in the short term, to be quite honest with you, probably expecting an ABC correction here. All right, that would give the rest of these RSIs. See how the 4-hour is still coming down. Now, if you're not familiar with the RSI, when it gets to the top up here, you're extremely overbought. Okay, that normally means price is going to pull back it comes down, then it has a run up. This is on the 4 hours. Now, the higher time frames are where you can really match it up. But this thing still has some downward movement. It has to come down and reset here. Okay, we got the 8 hour still pushing down. This thing needs to come down and reset. You know, it could turn back up. It really could for another push, but I don't believe it's gonna. The 12 hour hit at 84 down here. That's gonna have to correct here, and the daily is up there pretty high. You know, I quite honestly looking at this thing. Let's see here. Let's get rid of the RSIs on here. There we go. Now, some areas to watch on this thing. Usually with a ABC correction. Alright, this 702 up at, what are we at here? 0.0195. Alright, keep an eye on that price area. If it ends up getting rejected there, that means we're doing an ABC correction, okay? Which would be a run up to here, and then a final wave down here, which would come down to here. Let's put a line in here. Which actually it would more than likely stop up here. You got very good support there. Okay, so I would be watching for something, excuse me, like that. I would be watching for a this pull down, a push up to the 0.019 area, and a C correction. All right, that would give everything a chance to cool off here, these RSIs to cool off, and then I would expect another push up, and that's when I believe the big move's going to come in this thing. All right, you're going to have pullbacks. This trend-based fib gave a target, and it just about hit it perfect. All right, you take it from the start of wave one to the top of wave one to the retracement. Right at the bottom of this move here. Look at that. Just about perfect. Alright, so that ended up being a 5-wave up. Alright, a 5-wave Elliott wave. It went like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you had your 5th wave up. That's exactly what that was. And after that usually comes an ABC correction, and then you start another 5 waves up. Especially with this weekly RSI still heading up. Right here looks beautiful. The monthly is just reset and heading up. This could turn out to be a pretty huge move, especially if it breaks out of this price range. You know, some areas you would be watching, you know, possible price targets for this thing. Whoops, sorry about that. You know, could end up being pretty nice. You know, on a weekly, if you look at the weekly RSI here. All right, let's just look at it. Let's pull this down. Let's clean this chart off. We're going to remove everything off there, okay? We're just using this. We're going to get this out of here. All right, the weekly, very rarely do you get a push on the weekly and not get a serious blast, okay? This one here ended up being, we're just going to go roughly here, a 3x, okay? The pull down, you know, you had your ABC correction down here. This little push here ended up not being a whole lot, and that was more than likely because the monthly was pulling down. You got your monthly reset for the first time. All right, October, September 2021. All right, this chart goes back to, I can't remember when Gala launched. I got in like immediately. The second day this thing was available, I was on it, and it was a lot cheaper than 2 cents. I got 250,000 Gala for $37. 37 bucks. That's, you know, that's pretty amazing. First time this monthly is reset. You haven't had it reset, okay? So this could be one of the biggest blasts this thing's had for a long time. You know, the first areas I would be watching for, especially on the weekly, you know, if we come in here, and this would be just the first areas, I would expect a lot more than this out of this thing. You know, roughly, all right. The 618 is up here at 4 cents, 4.4, and then up close to 5 cents. You know, and if it breaks through there, then we'd be moving this up to here and looking for a 5 to 5.5. You know, then you got higher targets, of course, 11. This thing had an all-time high, I think, of 84 cents. It was up there, I remember it. Yeah, 84 cents. So I believe Gala's in for a big run here, guys. You're gonna have a small pullback here, temporary pullback, and then watch out for some big moves out of this thing, especially when Bitcoin starts again. Bitcoin's having a small pullback. If you're charting this thing, put your line right on here and pull it down and watch for it to break out of this resistance right here, because when it does, it's going to be fast and furious, I'm sure. All right, it's probably going to do one of these. Don't buy big green candles, guys. Wait for the pullback, the retest of the breakout, and then it's going to fire up from there. All right, not financial advice, guys. I'm not a financial advisor, but I truly believe Gala is about ready to go here. Have a great day, everybody. Please hit the like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.